Dear African leaders, I really hope you're able to tune in to this message. I know there are some who's going to have difficulty because of the slow internet connection, and for that reason it's going to be in print form as well. Africa is confronted by many major problems. I'm sure you'll agree. Each problem is huge. Let me list a few of them. AIDS. What a problem. The orphans that are the result of AIDS. Malaria, a huge killer of people. Civil war. Tribal conflict within the nations. Poverty. Famine. Floods. Starvation. A major problem with financial mismanagement and corruption. Rape. Slave trading in children and women. Major problems for the continent of Africa. It's now recognized universally that the reasons that this continues, these major problems continue unchanged, is because of poor leadership. So that's why I'm speaking to African leaders. Many leaders, and particularly John Maxwell, is renowned for saying leadership is influence. That influence can be either good or bad. Pastors in Africa have a great influence upon many millions of people. The churches are growing as multitudes come to Jesus Christ. Pastors, we can bring transformation to our communities. If the communities change from within, those communities will develop good leaders who will come forth and lead their nation well. How can I, one pastor, an individual person, change society? How can you, an individual pastor, a leader, how can you make a change in society? Really, the job just seems too large. However, if we all do our part and do it well, something will change. We have God's words to back us up in that. Who knows if a future president, general, member of parliament, police chief is a young person in your church. I believe that God is searching for men and women leaders in his body that will have the courage to be an example of Christ in their church and in their community. And it will take special courage, let me tell you. Which pastors are willing to stand strongly for God and for righteousness in their own life? It's easy to preach about it. It's easy to preach about being honest and pure and resisting the temptations of the flesh. It's a lot harder to actually stand strong and be honest and pure and resist the temptations of this world. So what can I do? What can you do? What can we do to bring transformation to Africa? We can tell the truth, even if it is easier to lie. We can deal honestly with money, even though it's often easier, particularly when times are hard, to steal or misuse the money placed in our hands. We can genuinely trust God for our needs to be met, even though it may appear easier to manipulate, exaggerate, and beg for money. We can be 100% faithful to our wives, even when it's easier to be unfaithful, so your sexual desires are met. We can love and protect and treat well those who are from a different tribe, are different in colour. Perhaps they have AIDS. Even though it's easier to be like most people and be prejudiced against those who are different, from a different tribe, from a different colour group, that have AIDS. No, but God, he's looking for some people who will treat people with equality and love, like Jesus would.